Did you know that many African Americans trace their ancestry back to the Bantu people of Central and Southern of Africa? The Bantu movement shaped most of sub-Saharan Africa, and through the transatlantic slave trade, their descendants helped shape America. Today, we explore African American celebrities whose DNA or documented ancestry links them to the Bantu heritage in Africa. But before we proceed with this video, who are the Bantu people? The Bantu people are a people who speak a related language that stretches from West Africa, particularly in Nigeria, and within Nigeria, we find Bantu tribes like the Tiv, Efut, Ibibio, and the Ejagam, while other Bantu nations stretch from East, Central, and Southern of Africa. The so-called Bantu people share a common ancient ancestor, which reflects back to their haplotype, E1B1A. The Bantus have their own predominant phenotype that is distinct from the Nilote, the Bushman, the Berber, and the Kushite. From afar, it is easy to identify a Bantu, especially with their physical trait. Their skin tone is generally deep brown to dark brown complexions. Their hair texture is naturally tightly coiled or kinky. Their facial structure broad to medium nasal bridges, full lips, high cheekbones in some populations, and strong jawlines. The Bantu body build is often medium to tall structure, lean athletic body types common in many regions. In some Southern African Bantu groups, taller average height is observed. Now we have an idea of who a Bantu are and how distinct they are from other African groups. Let's dive into the video. Number 1 on the list of African American celebrities with Bantu ancestry is Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker, born Christopher Tucker, is an African-American actor and a stand-up comedian known for his fast-talking style, high-pitched voice, and explosive comedic energy. He became one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood during the 90s and the early 2000s. But beyond the bright lights of Los Angeles, a deeper story was waiting to be uncovered, a story rooted in Africa. Through genealogical research and DNA tracing, it was revealed that Chris Tucker's ancestry connects him directly to Central Africa. His paternal lineage, the lineage from his father's side, traces him back to the Mbundu people of Angola. And his maternal DNA side, his mother's side of the family, traced him back to the Bamileke people of Cameroon. Both groups are part of the larger Bantu communities, one of the most widespread and historical significant cultural groups across sub-Saharan Africa. The Mbundu, also known as the Mbundu, are one of Angola's major ethnic groups. Historically, they played a major role in resistance against Portuguese colonization. Knowing that his paternal ancestors were Mbundu means Chris Tucker's lineage is connected to a proud, resilient people with a rich political and cultural history. After Samuel Leroy Jackson is an African-American actor and a film producer. He is one of the most widely recognized actors of his generation. When legendary Hollywood actor Samuel L. Jackson decided to trace his roots, he wasn't just looking for history, he was searching for identity. Through ancestral research, he discovered that his lineage traced back to the Bantu people of Gabon, the Benga tribe. Determined to reconnect with his heritage, Jackson traveled to Gabon, where he was warmly welcomed and even met with the country's president at the time, Ali Bongo Ondimba. In a powerful and symbolic movement, he was granted Gabonese citizenship and received a Gabonese passport, a historic gesture that represented not just a personal closure, but a reconnection between the African diaspora and the motherland. His journey stands as an emotional reminder that no matter how far history scattered a people, the roots always remain. Anthony Anderson is an American actor, comedian, and a game show host who is known for playing Louis Booker on Kangaroo Jack, Glenn Whitman from Transformers, Ray Ray from The Proud Family, and Antoine Mitchell from The Shield. And he's also popular in Blackish, one of the most popular shows he ever premiered on. Anthony Anderson was raised in an environment shaped by both African American culture and curiosity about ancestral identity. He became passionate about learning where his family originally came from before slavery in America. Through modern DNA ancestry testing, Anderson Anthony discovered that part of his lineage traces back to the Bioko Island in Central Africa. Bioko Island is the ancestral homeland of the Bubi people, a Bantu ethnic group with rich cultural history, unique language called Bubi, and long-lasting traditions that predate colonial rule. Discovering his Bubi ancestry gave Anderson a stronger sense of identity and connection to the African continent. It allowed him to see his heritage not through the lens of African history, but part of the much older African narrative. Embracing his Bubi Bantu roots, he uses his platform to speak about African ancestry, cultural pride, and the importance of reconnecting with lost histories within the diaspora. Oprah Winfrey is one of the most influential media figures in the world, a billionaire talk show host, actress, producer, and philanthropist whose name has become a global brand. Through the Oprah Winfrey Show, she transformed daytime television and became a powerful voice for storytelling, empowerment, and social change. Born in rural Mississippi and raised in poverty, Oprah overcame a difficult childhood marked by hardship and discrimination to build a media empire. In 2006, most significantly within the Bantu world, her DNA also connected her to Zambia, where she also identified having ancestry among the Bantu nations in Zambia. MF Doom born Daniel Dumile is one of the most influential underground rappers to ever step on the rap scene. MF Doom was born in London and moved to New York from an early age. In 1988, MF Doom formed a group called KMD that featured his little brother Sabrak and Onyx. But in the early ages of his peak, he wasn't known as MF Doom, he was known as Zev Love Axe. In 1993, Dingilizwe Dumile, also known as DJ Sabrak, the younger brother of MF Doom, lost his life after being hit by a car while attempting to cross the Long Island Expressway. MF Doom disappeared from the rap scene for about 4 years, and in the late 90s, he started wearing bandanas, then later metal face masks to keep himself mysterious, which gave him the name MF Doom, meaning metal face doom. And the word doom is derived from his surname, Dumile. But the mask was more than just a costume. To Doom, it was a statement. In a world filled with artists, often judged by their appearances, popularity, or celebrity status, MF Doom wanted listeners to focus on one thing and one thing only: the rhymes. He once explained that the mask allowed the audience to stop focusing on the performer, but instead pay attention to the art, the lyrics, and the storytelling. MF Doom proved something truthful and powerful. You do not need fame. You do not need a perfect image. If the music or art is good, the world will listen and watch. Though he left this world in 2020, his legacy lives on till this day. The ethnic background of MF Doom is quite interesting. Being born from a Trinidadian mother from the Caribbean and a Zimbabwean father, the name of his late brother and their surnames sound like they are of Ndebele origin, a Bantu nation that falls under the Nguni cluster. In a 2013 Mail and Guardian article with Mpo Moshe, MF Doom uttered the following statement: "Xhosa, that's my father's language. That's the lineage right there, from Zimbabwe, and my father was always trying to get us to pronounce the click properly when we were growing up." Well, it is rare to find the Xhosa tribe in Zimbabwe, unless MF Doom was talking about the Mbundu tribe, as they also referred to themselves as the Xhosas of Zimbabwe. Or the second option of his origins are the Ndebele people. The Ndebele also are a Bantu ethnic tribe that fall under the Nguni cluster. Earl Sweatshirt is an American-born alternative rap artist and a record producer known for his calm rap style. His real name is Tebeneruta Khositsile. The meaning of his surname means "the king has arrived." Khositsile was originally known as the moniker Slight Tendencies when he began rapping in 2008. Earl Sweatshirt was raised in Los Angeles by his mother, Cheryl Harris, a UCLA law professor, and a father, Kioropetswe Khositsile, a renowned South African poet. Heavily influenced by literature and his father's poetry, he began rapping early, joining Odd Future and releasing his debut album Earl at the age of 15 before being sent to a boarding school in Samoa. So it is. Earl Sweatshirt is of Tswana origin. The Tswana are a Bantu ethnic tribe that are found in Botswana, also here in South Africa.
I did my ancestry.
Did you?
You did?
Yeah.
Recently?
I'm a from the Congo.
I was just about to say you look Congolese, bro.
Really?
He got heart of a Congolese.
I'm a from the Congo. Ain't that some bullshit?
No, it's not.
No,
Yo, listen,
bro.
can I tell you something about the Congolese? This is why they at war today. The Congolese, these dudes kill gorillas with their bare hands.
Yeah.
That's why Mike was so strong.
Yeah, for sure.
That
bro.
man,
sure.
it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Pop, done.
Yeah.
Congolese, you're gonna find a whole bunch of mics over there.
Wow.
But that energy is like fearless.
Yeah.
Conquerors.
They're taking on
And
gorillas.
Straight up. Like they will literally go toe to toe with a gorilla and win.
When you hear the name Mike Tyson, you don't just think of boxing, you think of power, fear, and dominance. Mike Tyson wasn't just a heavyweight champion. He was a phenomenon, a young man who rose from poverty and pain to become one of the most feared fighters in history. Born in 1966 in Brooklyn, New York, Tyson grew up in one of the toughest neighborhoods in America. By the age of 13, Tyson had already been arrested dozens of times. His future looked dark, but destiny had other plans. Everything changed when he met legendary boxing trainer Cass D'Amato. He took Tyson into his home, trained him, disciplined him, and built him into a weapon inside the ring. Cass didn't just see another angry kid. He saw potential. He took Mike Tyson into his home. He became his mentor, teacher, and a father figure. Cass taught Mike Tyson that fear is normal, but a champion learns to control it. Every day, he drilled discipline into him. Every day, he reminded him that he was born to be great. Cass once said, "You are going to be the youngest heavyweight champion in the world." And Mike believed in him. He put in the work. Years later, that prophecy came true. At just 20 years old, Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history. But behind that title, behind the knockouts and belts, was the bond between a young fighter and a man who believed in him when nobody else did. Sometimes greatness doesn't start with talent. It starts with someone who refuses to give up on you. So I ask you a question today. Who's that one person who refuses to give up on you? Give them a tight hug. Tyson adopted a peekaboo defensive style, slipping punches and exploding with terrifying combinations. His speed was unnatural, his power very devastating. Some opponents admitted they were already defeated by just walking towards him. But Tyson's story isn't just about titles, it's about identity. When legendary boxing trainer Cass D'Amato passed away in 1985, the world didn't just lose a coach, it lost a visionary. In pain about the passing of his mentor, Mike Tyson prevailed. That is proof that even after a mentor is gone, their belief can still create legends. Like many African Americans, Tyson later explored his ancestral roots through DNA testing. His results traced a significant portion of his heritage back to Central Africa, specifically to the region of the Congo. The Congo is home to Bantu peoples whose history stretches back thousands of years. The Bantu movement can be traced back to the Congo, which makes Congo Bantu homeland. For Tyson, understanding his roots adds another layer to his story, a connection to a history that long predates America. From the streets of Brooklyn to the bloodlines of Congo, Tyson's journey represents more than boxing. It represents survival, power, and identity. A warrior in the ring traces his ancestry back to the warriors of the Congo's Bantu homeland. Quincy Jones Jr. was an American record producer, composer, arranger, record executive, conductor, trumpeter, film and television producer, and band leader. Quincy Jones was born in Chicago in the United States. As a child, he moved with his family to Seattle, where he first discovered his love for music. While growing up there, he learned to play the trumpet and began arranging music while still in high school. During this time, he befriended future music legend Ray Charles, which helped shape his early music career. Quincy Jones later became world famous for producing some of the biggest albums in music history for Michael Jackson, including Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad. Quincy Jones helped bridge jazz, pop, soul, film music, and hip-hop, shaping the sound of modern-day music and influencing generations of artists worldwide. Through DNA analysis and historical genealogy research, the ancestry of the legendary music producer Quincy Jones has been traced back to Cameroon in Central Africa. More specifically, genetic studies connected part of his heritage to the Tikar people, a Bantu-related ethnic group from the grasslands region of Cameroon. The Tikar people are historically known as part of the wider Bantu people. Many Africans taken during the transatlantic slave trade were from regions like Cameroon, which is why some African Americans today can trace their ancestry to groups such as the Tikar, the Bamoun, and the Bamileke. Blair Underwood was born in 1964 in Tacoma, Washington, in the United States. His father served as a colonel in the U.S. Army, which meant Blair spent much of his childhood moving between different military bases, including time living in Germany. Growing up in a disciplined military family taught him determination and focus, qualities that would later help him succeed in Hollywood. Underwood eventually studied acting at Carnegie Mellon University, one of the most respected drama schools in America. His performance made him one of the most recognized African American actors on television and opened the doors to a long and successful career in Hollywood. Over the years, he appeared in many films and shows, including Deep Impact, Set It Off, and Quantico. Like many African Americans curious about their origins, Blair Underwood explored his family history through DNA research. The results revealed that his ancestry could be traced back to the Bamoun people of Cameroon. The Bamoun are a Central African people known for their rich traditions, kingdoms, influence, and cultural history in Cameroon. For Underwood, learning about his connection to the Bantu people of Cameroon helped him restore a missing piece of history, linking his modern African-American lifestyle to the ancestors who lived in Africa centuries ago.
Thank you so much for making this happen. This is amazing. This is amazing. Where's your father? Which one is your father? This is my father. This is my father. Family.
This video is a reminder that Bantu DNA lives far beyond the oceans. The results we see today are clear proof that our people endured more than 400 years of unimaginable sufferings, slavery, lynching, families torn apart, and countless acts meant to break the spirit of an entire people. Yet, through all of that pain, our identity survived. History tried to erase us, but it never succeeded. The Bantu people faced hardship, but it was never written that we would be wiped out of existence. As it was written, we will suffer, but never erased from the face of the earth. Instead, our bloodline, culture, and heritage continued to live across generations and across continents. So, if you are part of the African diaspora and your DNA results show connections to the Bantu population, this channel is for you. Here, you will learn about your relatives and cousins here in Africa, their history, their traditions, and cultures that continue to thrive to this day. Because no matter how far the ocean separated us, the roots are still the same. Please don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts on this video. And if you have taken a DNA test before, please tell us your result if it showed Bantu connections. And I am Bantu-bison, inkosi yamashangane, ondwandwe habasekutungomo. Nina mashangane, nina ondwandwe, abasemandlakazi, abasechayemithi, wena soshangane, wena mtungazo nxumalo, ohlasela amaPutukezi.